I got two complimentary plays coming your way for the Sunday card. The NFC East showdown between the Redskins and the Cowboys, plus the early game between the Bears and the Saints. They're coming up in just a moment. Just a quick reminder for you, text the word VIP to 30838, and that'll make you eligible to be alerted when there are special, unadvertised promotional discounts for handicappers plays and or packages. Doesn't happen that often, maybe once a week. But, for example, when there's a late game on a Saturday card, afternoon or night, or maybe late Sunday afternoon or night plays, it's my way of letting you know when a handicapper agrees to an extra discount on their plays and or packages. So all you've got to do is text the word VIP to 30838 to be made aware of it. Again, I haven't done it in weeks, but it's something that I've always wanted to develop some system because no one reads emails anymore. And often I'm not able to put it on the homepage of the sites because a lot of times the handicappers don't hit their deadlines, and it prevents me from getting access to letting you know at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday or a Sunday that, hey, so-and-so has agreed to discount his play even further, so this is my way of letting you know. And again, it may only happen once or twice a week, but all you've got to do is text the word VIP to 30838. Before I get to the Sunday complimentary plays, let's backtrack. Let's talk about Saturday. Joey Crutel, Joey Juice, did it again yesterday. He is now 7 for 7 with his 100 dime college football releases. How about North Carolina yesterday? A 21-point underdog, nearly pulling the outright upset of Miami, Florida. And you got North Carolina again for over half price off. Well, today he's got his second ever 200 dime release since he joined the site at the beginning of the football season. Hit his first one last Sunday with the Miami Dolphins. Today, it's a double-digit play that goes on the 1 o'clock card. And again, you get it for half price by using coupon code JUICE, because his nickname, of course, is Joey Juice. Who is Joey Juice? It's Joey Crutel, one of the producers of the hit HBO show Ballers, which is currently shooting its fourth season, starring Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. Joey, of course, one of the producers, also played on the show by actor Rob Corday. Joey, not only one of the producers, but the guy that puts together all the special cameos by all the athletes and stars on the show. He's going for winning day number 8 out of 11 over the past 10 days. He's made $10 bettors, a little over $4,100. You get it as the half price play of the day by using coupon code JUICE. JUICE, his nickname. And again, that game kicks off at 1 o'clock Eastern time. Also today, one of the big featured plays, Eric Schrader. Today, second ever NFL 200 dime release. It goes today, 1 o'clock card, not the same game that Joey's on. He's using the Bills-Raiders game, had his first ever 200 dime release 2 Sundays ago when the Texans went to Cleveland. They were a 9-point favorite. They won that game by 16 points, I believe it was. Today, second ever play, over half price off again, just like the first 200 dime release, and that coupon code is ERIC. Also, props going out to Trace Adams. Hit another double your wager release yesterday in college football, number 7 out of 10, as he cashed in with Nebraska, the road underdog, 4.5-point puppy, scoring late, winning outright out Purdue. I think he has another 2,000-star double your wager play going today. I'm not sure. You'll have to check the website. Again, I'm doing this video report at 2:40 Eastern time in the morning, so you have to check the website to see what's going on there with Trace. Okay, let's get busy here. And as for me, I'll tell you what, I had a wonderful little 5-6 week run. But gambling, handicapping, it's a humbling experience. And this is why I always say I don't celebrate the wins, nor do I lament the losses. Because you have to realize when you do this thing that we call gambling, that we love so much, that next loser is always lurking around the corner, just like the next winner is over the hill waiting for you as well. And going into Wednesday's card, I was rolling. I had won 25 out of 40 days, and then the Dodgers bullpen collapsed. And then since then, what's happened? 4 straight losing days. I'd gone weeks where I didn't have 4 losing days in a week. And now suddenly my first slump in 5.5 weeks, 4 straight losing days. What a lousy pick yesterday on Kansas State. Now keep in mind, the past 2 Saturdays, I was a perfect 8-0. 2-0 with my best bet, 6-0 with my complimentary plays. And yesterday, I hit 2 out of 3 complimentary plays. Easy winner Notre Dame, easy winner with Georgia, bad play with Texas A&M. But what a bad play with Kansas State. And I'll tell you, sometimes when you're in a slump, nothing goes right. Everything I had read, everything I had seen, it looked like Jesse Ertz, the Kansas State quarterback, was going to come back and he was going to be available for the game. Boom, they rule at the last minute. He's not going to play. His replacement had been playing great, Alex Delton. What happens? He gets injured late in the first half. Hey, nothing goes right. And that's how the ball bounces sometimes when you're in a bad slump. But that's reality. And you know what? You bounce back and you try to win today. And that's all there is to it. It had to be that way. I mean, other than muttering your favorite obscenity and then moving on after seeing your 24.5-point favorite barely win the damn game outright. Let's get to your complimentary play. I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys minus the 1.5 points at Washington today. Of course, the Cowboys are off a 40-10 win at San Francisco. I used them as a complimentary play last Sunday. And remember, that's the same San Francisco squad that came back from a 17-0 deficit and gave the Redskins all they could handle in Washington 2 Sundays ago when Washington managed to hold on for, a 26-24 win. Redskins, of course, coming on a short week for preparation for this one as they're coming off the 34-24 home loss to Philadelphia on Monday night. And that was a game where the Washington Redskins offensive line suffered even more injuries. Their left tackle, Trent Williams, aggravated a knee injury. Their right tackle, Morgan Moses, sprained both of his ankles in that game. Their right guard, Brandon Scherf, sprained the knee. Their center, Spencer Long, if he plays today, he's been bothered by a sprained knee as well. I mean, that's an offensive line that really has a lot of injuries. And you got a Dallas Cowboys front four, which is pretty good at putting the pressure on you, okay? You got a Dallas offense that played maybe its best all-around game at San Francisco last week. Dak Prescott continuing a strong season with his 3rd straight game with 3 touchdown passes. You got Ezekiel Elliott, who had his best game of the season with a season-high 147 yards. You had a Cowboys ground game that had its most productive outing of the entire season with 43 rushing attempts for 265 total yards. And you have a Redskins defense that the past 3 games combined has given up 87 points. So you also have a Washington defense. Keep in mind that on 3rd down conversions has allowed opponents to convert at a 39.4% clip for the season. That's a Washington defense that's tired and can't get off the field. Meanwhile, you have a Cowboys offense that, thanks to Prescott, and thanks even though that Elliott hasn't been that productive until last week, is still converting at a 45.3% clip, moving the chains on 3rd downs. Cowboys won both meetings last year. They've won 4 of the last 5 in the series. And even though Kirk Cousins last year against the Cowboys shredded that Cowboys secondary, and the secondary isn't that much better this year, truth be told, even though Cousins threw for 813 yards and 9 touchdown passes in those 2 games last year, Cowboys won them both. I like the Cowboys to take this one today. Your early complimentary play, why not ride the resurgent New Orleans Saints, winners of 4 in a row? They're a 9.5-point favorite against the Chicago Bears. Yes, the Bears have won 2 straight games. This is going to be the rookie, Trubisky's 3rd straight start. Okay, they beat Carolina last week. Both of their touchdowns against the Panthers came on the defense thanks to an interception and a fumble return. He only threw the damn ball 7 times. I remember as a kid, Bobby Douglas was the quarterback for the Bears. He always ran. He hardly ever threw. Well, in this case, they're not even letting this guy run. They're just not letting him throw the ball. They're a ground and pound attack. I mean, the Bears only had 37 offensive plays against Carolina last week. They only had 5 first downs. They only had 153 total yards, which tells you 2 things. Thank God they got the 2 defensive touchdowns, and that tells you also how poorly Carolina played in the damn game. Meanwhile, the Saints, oh, by the way, Mitch, the rookie quarterback, he's averaged 116 yards passing in his 3 starts. Meanwhile, the Saints are coming off a 26-17 win at Green Bay. And they have such a much more balanced offensive attack this season. Last week against the Packers, they ran the ball 35 times, 161 yards rushing. And Drew Brees overcame 2 first-half interceptions to finish with 324 yards passing. You know, Drew Brees this season, you have to look at, he has the fewest number of completions and the fewest pass attempts through the first 6 games of the season, going back to the 2009 campaign. Because again, the Saints are exhibiting a very balanced attack. Mark Ingram, averaging 4.4 yards per carry. The rookie, Alvin Kamara, who made Adrian Peterson expendable, is averaging 6.3 yards per carry. They've won 4 straight games since an 0-2 start. This is only their second home game in a 6-week span. They've covered 7 of their last 9 games. You look at the offensive stats and the balance that I'm talking about, they have the 3rd-rated passing attack, averaging 269 yards a game. They have the 10th best rushing attack, averaging 121 yards a game. You know, the Bears are definitely a one-dimensional team, just can run the ball. Defensively, they're very strong. Bears, number 7 in the league, stopping the run, holding opponents to 126 yards a game. Also very good with the pass rush, 21 sacks, number 7 in the league, defending the pass. But Brees has that exceptionally quick release still at his age, advanced age. And, of course, he has a ground game that'll keep the Bears playing honest defensively. So as the Saints seek their 5th straight first 5-game winning streak since the start of the 2013 season, I have no problems laying the points with them in this game. And this is an interesting game because 9.5 points, I think this is one you've got to get down on early. And listen, 99.9% of the time, I always advocate playing the favorites early and the underdogs late. There have been some exceptions to the rule this season. I pointed that out. But I think in this particular spot, I don't think anybody really thinks the Bears are for real. So I say if you can get that 9.5, get it now, because I think this game is going up to 10, maybe 10.5. So get down on the Bears. Of the 2 plays, I like the Saints a little more than the Cowboys, but just ever so slightly. I think they're pretty much even. So again, the Saints and the Cowboys are your 2 complimentary plays on the shortened card because of a lot of bye teams today. And that'll do it for Sunday. And we'll do it again on Monday when we tee it up for your Monday night game between the Chiefs and the Broncos. By the way, World Series game number 3 today, Dallas Keuchel, who is a much better home pitcher than he is a road pitcher against Clayton Kershaw, is coming off that dominating Game 1 performance. Not a game I'm interested, to be honest with you, especially if the Dodgers squared up the series last night. Not a game I'm interested in other than as a fan. Not even the total am I interested in this one. So good luck, everybody.